name is Marion. I'm from the blog Miss Mustard Seed, and I'm with Megan in her home office. We've been working on her space over the last few weeks, and it's finally finished.
I know, it's great.
Yeah, so what do you think of it?
I love it. I could never have imagined, I mean, even just trying to think of the junk pile that I worked in before, and
right.
I could never have imagined it looking this beautiful and functional. It's great.
So is it functional for you? Because I think that's what a lot of people would wonder, like, okay, before you had lots of stuff in here, obviously it was a well-used space, and now it might feel like, well, now it's not as functional, but...
No, I think with most junk piles, once you actually go through them, half of that stuff is actually junk you don't need, so we were surprised at how little we actually had to bring back in.
Yeah.
And I love having my little cubbies for the boys and the baskets for their papers. Stuff comes in from school and just goes to its place. And I'm like sending packages now because I have letters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, like, for me anyway, when a space looks nice, I feel like there's more motivation to keep it nice. I'm not as likely to come in and just drop a bunch of junk on the floor because
that's so true.
I don't, I want it to look nice because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I really loved, so we sort of worked with Megan on the design. We looked at the rest of her house. She told us what style she liked. She really wanted to go towards farmhouse style. So that's sort of the direction that we went. But she has a lot of traditional elements in her home, so we wanted to make sure the two tied together. And I've talked about some in my posts, how we brought in the buffalo check that's a bit more traditional.
That's like my favorite thing.
Right, which is what you wanted anyway, right? You were thinking about doing buffalo check somewhere, so it worked perfectly. She already had the wall color, which happened to be the wall color that I thought of for her, and
we already bought it.
Very serendipitous how that happened. And we found this big honkin' cabinet on Craigslist that almost did not fit in the room. It's a little sketchy, a little touch and go.
We had to, it was a dance to get it in here, but we got it.
But you talked about doing built-ins here, and I sort of talked you into, let's keep the existing desk and do closed storage. So how do you feel about that now? Like, are you kind of missing it?
I was skeptical. When we first brought it in, I was like, oh my gosh, that thing is massive. But now that I'm used to it, and it is super functional. All our stuff goes in there, and it doesn't even look junky. It could, because it's closed, but it's organized right now, so...
But I like the fact that you can, like, as you accumulate more things, you can just stack it all in there and close the door, and the room still looks nice and still looks really pretty. Another thing that was just fun about working on this space is Christy and I sort of talked about a direction for the space, and we took into account what Megan wanted. And then as we started to introduce elements, Megan sort of took what we did and made things her own. So we sort of set up a gallery wall, and then as she got some prints and things, she rearranged it to work for her. And I had sort of a vision of what I was going to do on the chalkboard wall, and Megan did this, which is like, who's going to erase that? Do you want to kind of talk about what your inspiration was for the chalkboard wall?
Yeah, well... every fall, usually around the beginning of November, we as a family, we do a little thankful tree, and we make leaves every day and put them on, writing things we're thankful for. And so, I don't know, I just got inspired this past weekend and decided to put the branches up, and we started early with our thankful tree, which has been really fun.
Yeah. So do you have an idea of what you're going to do for it for Christmas?
Oh yeah, we already want to do Christmas tree and snowflakes, and it'll be fun.
So it's just fun, and I love that it's a dynamic wall, so it can change as
My boys love it.
Yeah. And have they scribbled on it yet? I didn't see any.
I haven't really let them, not yet.
Okay.
But you can see how Nate started to erase my tree a little bit. I was like, no, don't do that.
You should let people scribble, because I will say, like, I was a little unsure about people scribbling on my wall. And when people do, that's like one of my favorite things. Like when they come in my house and like someone drew like football plays on the board, and other people draw little like messages, and then I don't want to erase them because it's just like, evidence of family and friends and exactly. So I'd encourage you to let people leave some chalk out.
Well, now that the pictures are over, we'll I'll let them scribble.
Right, right. So we're all done with Megan's space now, but we will be working on another space. We have another one already lined up.
Wow.
So make sure you check back in with us so you can see our next makeover and what else we're up to on YouTube. Is it going?
Yep.
Okay.
You're good.
Last time was like, you looked really uncomfortable.
You didn't. I didn't think so.
I was like, well, I hope you're the only one that could tell that.
No. All right, I'm gonna have to do that again.
I'm
then.
sorry.
Hi, my name is. Okay, just wait a second.
This is okay. If this continues, this will be bad.
So make sure you stay tuned so you can see. You're laughing at me because I said stay tuned. I know. Stay tuned.